Hey, and welcome to another Team In It to Win It training video. So, today we are going to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is resilience. Um, as a Beachbody coach, you are going to encounter a lot of situations where you are going to be kind of called upon to tap into your personal strength and your personal ability to really rise to the occasion and not view everything that happens to you as being a personal judgment about you. So, the first thing I want to say is that putting yourself out there is hard. Putting yourself out there on Facebook, social media, constantly really opening up your life, because that's what we do as coaches. We're opening our lives up to people all across the country and people we potentially don't know. That will happen as your business grows. You're going to move outside of your warm market and you're going to put yourself out there to people who you have never met in person. That takes a lot of courage and bravery. So you're doing an extremely brave and courageous thing already. And putting yourself out there is really hard sometimes. And it gets even harder when you are told no by someone. I think it's even more difficult when you're told no by someone who, first of all, you know would be blessed and benefit from what you're offering to them, and you just like know it would completely change their life. But it's also hard when it's someone that you know in person and have a really strong relationship with. So sometimes that's going to happen. I'm not going to lie. Excuse me while I readjust my chair here. I invited one of my best friends to do a challenge group with me and to do this, and she totally said no. And it was really hard at the beginning to be like, wow, because my thought wasn't she's not ready to commit to this in her life. My thought was she rejected me and she rejected what I'm doing. And that's not how you can look at it, because, man, if you look at it that way, that's the only thing that you are ever going to think about is they rejected me, they don't want me. Here's what I can tell you. It has everything to do with them and their life and their personal situation and nothing at all to do with you. When people tell you no, it's not because of you. It's not because they don't like you. It's not because they don't want you in their life. They may have reasons. Maybe they are going to work with a different coach. Like, there are possibilities that pop up like that. But I promise you that 99.9% of the time, it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Everybody's got a story. And I know there are times in your life where if people have asked you to do something that you felt like was really hard and you've said no, it wasn't because of them and it was because of you. So you need to afford that grace and compassion to other people, that when they say no to you, they're saying no because they're not ready or they don't feel confident enough. And there are things you can do to help them and support them along the way. But you can't make that decision for them. And that decision's not about you, it's about them and what they feel they're ready for in their life. So, when something like that happens, you've got to detach from the outcome. You have to detach from it and say, this is not personal. They're not judging me. They're not saying I'm a failure or my business is a failure or they don't believe in me. They're just saying they're not ready. And that's okay. That is okay for that to happen. Those people, though, are going to watch you. They are going to watch you like crazy. They're going to watch your story. They're going to watch your personal posts. They're going to watch your like page posts. They're going to watch everything that you do, because now they're like, is this person really doing all the things that they say they're doing? Is this person being that authentic and putting themselves out there? So yeah, you've got now someone who's kind of a captive audience. And I'm going to bet that 9 times out of 10, those people are going to come back to you at some point. They're going to come back to you because they see the changes in your life and they see how amazing it is. So please know that that's not a no. We talk about this a lot. We say it's a not right now. And it really just means that that person is not ready. Don't let these things discourage you from inviting people. I have fallen into that trap before where I've been like, oh, if 5 people said no this week, I'm not going to invite anymore. You need to keep inviting and reaching out to people. For every 10 people that you invite, 1 will probably say yes. So it's important that you are consistently putting those invitations out there. Those can be invitations to challenge groups, to free groups, to events that your personally sponsored coach is running. But please know that as you are inviting people, you need to continually do that. It's like a constant stream, and you need to have that constant flow there. Please keep track of the people that you talk to. I've had a lot of people tell me this. I just don't have the money right now, especially for Shakeology. But I've had a lot of those people come back to me a month or two later and say, guess what? I found the money because I want to make this change and invest in myself. So you need to keep track of who these people are and what you've talked to them about. So go through and find yourself an organizational system. I just keep a Word document on my computer. It's that simple, where I have put like people I've messaged, people I've invited, people I'm going to invite in the next couple weeks, and I just have them in a Word document. And then once I've talked to them, I just put what their response was, and if I need to follow up with them, I put an F. And if they said no, I put an N. And like, it's that simple. So keep track of the people that you are reaching out to. And if they say, I can't afford it, or not right now, but later down the road, I'll probably want to, give it some time. Give it like a solid 6 to 8 weeks, and then work them back into your inviting rotation, and just follow up with them really casually. Like, hey, I know we had talked about this before. I'm running another group, or I have this other opportunity. Is it something you feel ready for now? And you can continue having that conversation with them, but don't write them off, and know that, if you approach it as like, hey, I know we had talked about this and I want to offer you my support, and I'm wondering how you're feeling about these things, like, those are open-ended, non-judgmental questions. And you've had that conversation before already, so following up with them is so important. Always have something to offer people. So part of being resilient is sometimes turning a no into a yes in a different way. Sometimes you invite someone to be in a challenge group and they'll say no, and because it's too expensive, and then you can offer them the discount coach opportunity, and that might be the thing that changes their mind. I've had that happen several times. They may say, hey, I'm just not prepared to commit 100% right now. And you can say, well, I'm running with a friend a free 7-day healthy habits group, and maybe you can work with your personally sponsored coach, your personal sponsor, to help get people into a free group that still adds value to their life. Any sort of free group you can offer them. Sometimes it just takes that little bit of investment for them to trust you, that you are going to follow through on the things that you say that you do, and that you're going to follow through as that support system for them. And they need to see that first, so offer them those types of things. Remember to add value to their lives by just being authentically you. So continue conversations with people. I have someone from high school that I was messaging for a long time, kind of as a build up to an invitation later, but I genuinely cared about what was happening in her life because she had made a career change and I was interested in what she was doing. So we messaged for about 4 months back and forth. Then I invited her in January to join my challenge group, and she said she had to think and pray about it. And I haven't heard back about that specific topic since, but I have still sent her messages and commented on her Facebook about things that I think she's doing that are amazing and wonderful. And in probably another 2 weeks or so, I'm going to follow up with her for my next challenge group in March, because I want to continue that conversation. Remember, at the end of the day, this business and this team is absolutely about people and not sales. So when you're inviting people and they're saying no, I don't want you to look at it like, hey, I just lost that sale, or hey, I just lost those Success Club points. You need to turn around and say, how can I serve this person to help them in their life and make their lives better? If you can turn that question around and put that on yourself to be like, what can I do to serve them? Even if it's something small, even if it's like the smallest thing possible, maybe it's sharing a recipe with them, anything that you can do to serve them, that is going to help you feel more invested and connected to them. And it's going to continue building your confidence to know that you have something to offer people and you are a person with a lot of value. When those moments come where you feel like, oh, everyone's saying no, or I'm not making progress, I'm not moving forward, remember to dig deep. Go back to your why. Go back to the thing that motivated you in the first place. Go back to the reason that you started, because those reasons will keep you going on those days that are hard. And there will be hard days, but you can turn to your personal sponsor. You can turn to anyone on this team. You can turn to people who you know and trust and value and who love you, and they will build you up again. But you have to be resilient and remember that no is not about you. It's just about them not being ready in their personal life, because we're asking people to change stuff that's really hard for most people, especially women, to make changes, which is, you know, eating, nutrition, exercise are very emotional for people. And when we're asking them to trust us with helping them change, sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. And it's okay for that to happen. Um, Remember that you are an amazing coach. You are already an amazing coach. You're doing great things. You're doing amazing things in your life, and you're working so hard to change people's lives, and you're putting positive energy out there, and you're adding value every day in your social media posts and your conversations. So you are an amazing coach already. You don't need anyone's validation to tell you that. Every single day that you get up and you try, you're doing an amazing thing, and you are powerful. You have the power to change people's lives, and that is a gift. And I want you to remember that you have that gift available to you all the time, and that you can reach out and share that with people unapologetically and with love. And when they say no, they're just not ready to open the gift. And you can leave it there for them, and they are going to open it someday, and it's going to be awesome. John C. Maxwell said, the only guarantee for failure is to stop trying. So don't stop trying. Keep putting your best foot forward. Keep that smile on your face and that happy prayer in your heart. And make sure that you go forward doing the things that you want to do and the things that you feel passionate about and happy about. There's a link for a personal development video from Brendon Burchard up in the corner on this video. So I want you to follow that and to complete the assignment that is also on the upper screen of this video as well, and get back to your personal coach with your responses for that assignment. It's going to really help you to remember that it's about other people and serving other people, and being resilient is a wonderful quality that will aid you throughout the rest of your life. So let's work on developing that today, and remember that you are already an amazing coach, and you have the power to be resilient and to continue persisting through this business, even if you feel like it's hard, or even if you feel like it's not going anywhere. You have that power, and we choose success. Success is a choice, and you're choosing it every single day that you keep trying.